Hello, good morning, and welcome to this, what is effectively the Full Force morning show now. Yes, this is the Newsburst Live special. We are doing, or I am doing a kind of recap on Sdcc preview night day one, which was pretty insane. There were lots of, I wasn't expecting a lot tonight. I was expecting like, a few kind of bits and pieces here and there, but we got so much revealed that we're going to have to get stuck into today. It's awesome. Good morning to everyone in the chat already. Jay Solo Arts, Michael Jean Fleming, Neil Hill, Joe Barrett, Leon Jamo, Tim Juan, and Lucas Curtis. Hello, guys. Happy morning. Road Pig John, Ed the Straight Edge. I know. We'll get to that, Ed. We will definitely get to that. Yes, Philly, how you doing? So much going on. So much to get stuck into. So let's not waste any time. Let's get stuck into it. Yeah, no time for, what's the formalities. It's the morning, it's early. Let's just get in there. Thank you, Outland Outdoors, for enjoying my hat. It's that cool one that was at GameStop a little while ago. It might still be there. Techno, says Leon Jamo. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll get to that, Philly. That's the Techno Viper in the middle of that image. But let's get stuck into, before we get into the Hasbro side of things, this is a very, what's the word, like misleading image to start with, because we're going to go through all of the different reveals from the different companies that have got G.I. Joe at the moment so far, and what we've seen so far. And there was something this morning that popped up that I shared. Oh my God. That from Super 7, which is cool as heck. And we'll get more information and more details about that particular thing later, I guess. But for today and for now, we are recapping last night, and we'll be doing the same tomorrow morning with the stuff that comes out today. So I'll post stuff today, but let's just keep it to the morning recap for the videos, if you're cool with that, guys. Right then, doink. First off, we've got 3-0, and they showed off their Cobra Commander and Destro figures, and they look pretty tight. I've got to admit, this particular Cobra Commander figure is very nice. This is obviously 12-inch scale, or 12-inch size, and is one of their, it's kind of their own design, but kind of takes from lots of different aspects and iterations of Cobra Commander. Obviously the vintage is in there, the Resolute-ish helmet's in there, the cape from the movie's in there. There's all sorts of different kind of elements being brought into this and kind of created their own thing in, I suppose, the 12-inch. Yes, the cape comes off Leon, according to what I've heard as well. But yeah, that's really nice. I quite like that. I like the kind of very intricate helmet kind of design with the angles and stuff as well. There's a lot of nice additions going on there. Very nice indeed. Looks cool. And he's obviously got his snake staff. He's got his pistol. He's got the holster there. There's a lot of nice soft goods on this figure. It looks really good. There's a shot from the back as well, showing the cape and what have you, and a little Power Ranger sneaking around the corner there as well. But yeah, and the helmet as well. Nice to see that kind of detailing on the helmet. Very nice indeed. I do like this figure actually. And of course they have Destro on show as well, so they're showing all of the different like textures and panels on his costume, looking really nice as well. And I love what they've done with the collar. That's difficult to do at soft goods, I guess, and they've kind of done a nice little kind of padded, frill going on there. It's nice. It's a good look. The head looks good too. Again, lots of intricate kind of lines. It looks very much like Crichton from Red Dwarf in that version anyway. But I like it a lot. Yeah, so it was nice of 3-0 to kind of show off their wares. There's a back shot of Destro just to kind of get all the textures and the panels and everything. There's a lot of detail on this one. It's not just a black costume necessarily. 5:30 a.m. Neil, I'm so sorry. Or wherever Paul is. Oh, the West Coast. Paul joining us at 5:30 a.m. mate. That's hardcore. Thanks for jumping on. So yeah, beautiful, awesome, cool, like it. Now as well as 3-0, we had Mezco doing reveals as well. They dropped their John Cena Duke, as I've heard him described as. This is a fun one. And again, they've gone in a very different direction, I would say. They've kind of made him almost, you know, obviously because the bodies are quite stocky on the Mezco 112 collective, aren't they? But he's definitely got a head sculpt that goes with that stockiness, and a cool hairstyle as well. Again, pretty dope. I think this is a very early reveal because we haven't even seen, like, you know, product images or any, you know, like the promo shots or anything. So this is effectively in development. But I think he's looking pretty good for Duke. Quite like this. And obviously I'm sure there's going to be loads more to come with him. But yeah, an interesting take, shall we say. They've also revealed, or on, you know, they also threw out there Storm Shadow, the physical figure, which looks really cool. I'm not going to lie, I quite like that. And obviously we've pre-ordered and all that kind of stuff with Storm Shadow, but they've also dropped this kind of deluxe Snake Eyes edition as well with Timber. Was Timber with that first pre-order? I can't remember. But anyway, I quite like Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow are looking pretty dope in the Mezco line, and Timber looks really good as well. It's going to be it's very similar to the classified Timber, isn't it? I wonder which one will be better. That'd be a good one to do a comparison on, just to see size comparison, but then also you know, articulation and deco and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I know Snake Eyes has been shown off. It's Timber I was asking about. I wasn't sure if Timber had been shown off. Yeah, Snake Eyes has had pre-orders and everything and product images, but I wasn't sure if Timber had been up there yet. So it's nice that we're getting a deluxe edition with Timber. Very nice indeed. I love that pose they've got him in as well. Yes, that's true. We did know Timber was coming with this figure because they mentioned it in that blog post, didn't they? Of course, they have explained that in detail. So yeah, thank you guys. It's tough to keep up with this stuff, genuinely. And when you've got similar characters coming out across different lines that are all quite similar, oh, it's a little bit like, I don't know, it's hard to kind of keep up. But anyway, all looking good. I would say that the Duke one obviously was the biggest reveal, but you know, again, probably very early in the development phase there. They couldn't even like pose him as well as the other two, could they? So I bet I would say there's more to come on that Duke, and we'll probably see in the future when the actual pre-order drops and the images come out and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and then they also showed off Roadblock, Destro, and Firefly. Of course, I have Destro, and we've done an unboxing of that. I know most people have him in hand. Roadblock is looking phenomenal. Really does look good with the machine gun and the helmet as well. I'm well into that Roadblock. Really cool. And Firefly there as well. I've got, and yeah, I'm surprised they didn't kind of put more, like, it's early. They probably haven't set up fully, but I'm surprised we didn't see more accoutrement with Firefly, more accessories and what have you. But pretty cool, and they all look good. And Mezco doing a pretty solid job of the G.I. Joe line so far. Phenomenal stuff. And then we've got Super 7. Now, here is a shot of the interior of the store with the red banners hanging from the ceiling, all of the kind of decor to kind of like go with you know, the theme. They haven't done what's the word, a massive kind of overhaul, because you can still see the kind of wallpaper from the snakeskin wallpaper from last year, but obviously, you know, there's a lot to come with Super 7, let's just say, and they still do a great job of decking out the store, and it's still amazing. And the fact that it is, you know, it's still Cobra technically. Why would they have to change every single aspect of it? But anyway, amazing stuff. Now, they had Red Knock Baroness and Red Jackal on display, as well as all the other images, but I'm not going to show all the other pictures that we've already seen of those figures. You can check them out on the HISSTANK article that we stole these from. Thank you to Toy Ark and, of course, HISSTANK for those images, for all these images. But yes, this like I said, I'm not going to show every single image. Like the same with the Hasbro booth, we're looking at the major reveals. We're not looking at every single image of every single figure that's on show in the classified booth. because it's so many. Maybe we'll probably get into more detail in the weekly. But yes, so effectively, there are your Red Knock Baroness and Destro figures. Sorry, Red Jackal figures. Destro. Well, it is Destro. It says there, Destro Red Jackal. Very, very awesome. They look great. And yeah, can't really ask for more on that one. Lovely stuff. Then there's their loadout as well. Both figures kind of like accessory loadouts, which is cool. Are they binoculars? Still don't know. I guess they're kind of like the kind of, you know, the square binocular things, I guess. Anyway, then we have the City of the Dead's box set and the Python Trooper on show as well here, and a little cheeky Tiger Force Duke in the corner there too. But I wanted to kind of get the City of the Dead box set on there too, just to kind of like obviously get the physical copy of it on screen. So that's nice to see there. And they also posted, I'm nearly there, guys. They also posted the snake armor, another image of the snake armor showing the panels here. So this is what I was talking about the other day. There are kind of two front panels that cover the trooper, molded trooper inside. There's the kind of electronics on show. That's the first panel that goes in. And then obviously you have the other panel on show in the box, which is the front of the snake armor that goes in front of that. And then the leg panels obviously were removed over the legs too. Very awesome stuff. So that was just really just to kind of like confirm what they're doing on that side of things. Now, the big news out of Super 7 is this cheeky bugger. Now, we were given, well, you know, Brian hinted at this in other podcasts. He hinted at it on our show. There was something big coming for the reaction line in terms of vehicles. And I think everyone had guessed this. This is something, if you go back 2 interviews ago we did with Brian, he actually told me this and I had to cut it out of the interview. We did like a funny little thing where he was talking about a vehicle that they were working on developing or wanted to maybe try at the reaction level. And then I had to cut it. And then we came back and we made a big deal of how funny, like, you know, the reaction was and all that kind of jazz. He told me this was going to be coming, obviously, that, well, not coming, but this is what they wanted to do. And then obviously 2 and 2 together from the next interview, it was going to be this intro, the second Sunbow intro, it's the second Sunbow intro, isn't it? Where we see this giant snake kind of like, because obviously you've got the mass device, you got the mini series intros, and then you got the kind of proper Sunbow series intro, and that's where Ace flies over and this kind of crests the horizon, and you see it in his the reflection in his visor, which is pretty cool. Anyway, as you can see, there is a figure on top of that for scale, so it's a hefty size, but it's not as big as I thought it was going to be, but it's still pretty cool. And I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing here in terms of price, in terms of rollout. I imagine they might do some sort of crowdfund scenario. I don't know if they're going to drop that over SDCC. They've already dropped a pretty big crowdfunder in the Thundercats Lair. The Cat's Lair is what I mean. That thing is unreal, by the way. And also, wow, what a time we're living in where we can get a 6-inch Cat's Lair. Well, we could if it's backed, but that thing is stunning. So this, we don't know any details about this yet, guys. We just know what it looks like here in this display. There's a close-up of the actual airship itself. Super fun. Again, you can see the figure there for reference standing on top of it. So it kind of gives you an idea of the size going on here. This is reaction line. As well as that, obviously, like I said, I expect it to open up to, you know, have things inside, have features and all that kind of stuff. I expect lots of different aspects to this. Or maybe this could be a model they just did for diorama purposes. Who knows? I would imagine this is the big thing that Brian was talking about, though. So I would be very surprised if this wasn't some sort of actual release. It looks too good to be something that they've just knocked up. So yeah, this is definitely something that's going to be coming, and we'll get more information about this obviously as the day unfolds, I would imagine. There may have even have been information given to people that were looking at it at the time. And I think this is in the store as well, because, excuse me, I think this is in the store because you can see in the image I showed previously, this one, you can just see the back of it. It's the second cabinet behind the first glass cabinet in the middle of the shot, and you can just see the top of it. So I think, yeah, this is in the store, and it's amazing. Now, the other thing that's in the shot, which has got to, I don't think they're vintage versions that they've just used. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a vehicle they release, and that's the trouble bubbles. They look amazing, don't they? I think they look really cute. Obviously, we've got trouble bubbles with classified, we've got the vintage, and now we've got this. The trouble bubbles are getting done, man. It's crazy good. So yeah, loving that. That we're going to be getting a few more extra vehicles coming with Super 7 reaction. As you can see, the figures fit in there pretty comfortably without having to have the knee articulation. It would obviously help, but they still look fairly cool in there, don't they? Yeah, I like that a lot. It's a very nice little trouble bubble. Very, very vintage style, isn't it? I mean, it's funny, this one, like, it's not like you can probably use vintage trouble bubbles or 25th trouble bubbles for the same purpose. But it's nice that they're doing their own ones. I wonder if trouble bubbles come with this. I wonder if that's like a package deal and they're throwing them in there with this particular airship. Either way, it's super fun. I love that they're kind of doing this stuff you're never going to see anywhere else in the reaction series. Awesome stuff. I'm really glad I managed to get these images before I went live this morning, because that would have sucked, wouldn't it? And like I said, there's going to be more stuff today. There's going to be loads more things coming out the woodwork. I imagine the interior will be like the top layer of the Terradrome, says Leon. That's not a bad shout. Yeah, like kind of take the top off, and inside you got like a workable space sort of stuff. Yeah, I can see that happening. Get me details, McLeod. This I command, says Lord Mindwaves or Ryan Costello. Thank you, mate. This is insanity. Absolutely, Outland. I demand details. Wow. Okay, I'll see what I can do. 7-inch cat's lair. Sorry, I said 6, didn't I? I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? In this day and age, what I was getting at was just there's going to be a massive cat's lair. That's all I was getting at. But yeah, you're right. It's early. I made an error. I made a numerical error, as I often do. But yeah, that's nuts. But trouble bubbles, like I said, I wonder if the trouble bubbles are coming with the reaction airship. I wonder if that's actually going to happen, because I figure it would be interesting. I'd be weird to see them. They could very well be a set of trouble bubbles, or one trouble bubble with a figure. Could very well be a thing. But it just makes sense to me that they might come together in like a package deal. But we'll see. We shall see. Like I said, hopefully there'll be more details today. We'll share that information during the day. But like I said, video-wise, any big reveals, I might do a burst, but I'll try and keep it to morning show kind of recaps at this level, this stage. Saturday's when it's going to get intense, because we're going to have loads of information from that panel. I may even have to do a live reaction to that somehow. Anyway, then we got the Hasbro booth. Yes, Hasbro they've been showing some cool stuff. First off, that Tiger Force Flint, I'm sorry, that is sensational stuff. That is great. They're utilizing the same, because we talked about this, didn't we? We said Tiger Force Flint was coming. We didn't know how it was going to be handled, whether it was going to be like an update to Flint, like to make him more vintage inspired, or if they were just going to do a Duke and redeco him. They've gone and done the Duke kind of style, and they've redecoed that original figure, which I am totally down for, because I love that figure and I love this figure. The tiger pattern, the kind of brown shirt, so dope. I'm just very happy to get Flint in the Tiger Force. He looks great. I love that paint around the eyes. So dark, man. It's just cool. I just think he looks cool as heck. So yeah, really into this one. A big favorite of the reveals, as you'd expect, me being such a Tiger Force, groupie. But yeah, there's a couple other shots there of him there as well. I feel like he's got more gear on him than the original Flint figure, more secondaries, but I'll have to check that on the thighs. It just looks great. And then we got the reveal of the Python Patrol Ninja that's been like leaked as a as a thing. Again, we've known about this for some time. We couldn't, what's the word? We couldn't confirm. Well, we couldn't say that we confirmed that it was a Python Patrol Ninja, but we knew that it was going to be a Python Patrol Ninja with a skull mask, and it was a new concept. And this is what it is, and it looks pretty damn cool. So it looks like the blue ninja body. I think Zorana's arms. I didn't know they were yours. And this kind of like skull head kind of thing. It looks very Mortal Kombat, Leon. Yeah, it's got very fatality. Yeah, I like this a lot. And again, like, love the little kind of Pythonization on the on the side, but then keeping like some of the colors in there. It's a really awesome idea, and I like it. I like it a lot. Is it the same Deluxe Zartan skull mask? I don't think so. Oh, it could be. It could be the same mask, and then there's a head underneath that it goes over, because that is a mask. It's not a head sculpt, isn't it? So, but this could be a head sculpt, but it looks like it might be an actual mask that goes over the head of the Blue Ninja figure. I'd have to. Yeah, we'll have some more, what's the word, confirmation of that during the panel, probably during the day. We'll probably have more images of these. I'll probably move them about, if there's a mask on there, they'll probably take it off and have it in a different pose. So we'll probably get more information about this. But yeah, really interested, really like this one. Then, of course, we have Chuckles. The reason I took the Chuckles image out there, because I know we've already seen a lot of the Chuckles stuff, is, well, one, we haven't really seen Chuckles, the physical figure, yet, but I think he looks really good. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that the packaging paper is pink flowers and the leaf kind of design. So the packaging for the accessories is in that color. I like that a lot. They also threw in this Crimson Strike Team Extensive Enterprises Footlocker, which either comes with Chuckles to kind of like insinuate that this is what he's broken into, and stolen, or this is what is going to be coming with the Crimson Strike Team. So it's hard to ascertain exactly what we're looking at there. I personally think it's got Crimson Strike Team on it. So I don't think they would have done that with Chuckles, if you know what I mean. But that could be, Lord Tower said, is that the armory? But I don't. Yeah, they haven't shown anything about that yet. So maybe this is something that comes with the Chuckles, because if you look at the box, it's quite big, and there's all that stuff that he comes with. Maybe isn't going to fit in that box. So possibly that is coming with Chuckles, and that's the armory that was being discussed. Possibly, or it's the Crimson Strike teams, and they're just throwing it in there as a pre-reveal kind of thing. Again, this is all stuff we'll find out as we go along. But it is difficult to ascertain at the moment. But this is some information I think we'll probably kind of get, closer, maybe closer to the panel. Maybe even during the panel is when they'll reveal exactly what it comes with. Any close-up images of that Soundwave he comes with? No, other than that one on the screen right now. It's not really a close-up, but yeah, it's just those images I have. There probably are a lot of images floating around. You can check out the HISSTANK thread if you go to their page. The link's in the description actually for each of the different kind of company reveals. But yeah. Yeah, yeah. Basically, what I'm getting at here is I'm not sure if this is the Crimson Strike teams like separate and they're just throwing it in there to show it off, or if it does actually, if this is the one that comes with the Chuckles box set. Because again, we haven't seen anything about this, so it'll be very cool if they are throwing that in there with him, and that would be amazing. Like I said, we're going to get loads more images and all that kind of good stuff very soon. Now, it also, I should say at this point, it doesn't look like the code is going to be as shareable as it was last year, because it seems as though it is a strictly one-time use code that you're getting. I don't think anyone has been able to order one yet, that hasn't been at the show. So that is one of those things where I don't know the answer to at the end of the day. I don't know if they're gonna. I think after the show, what they've done in the past, they did put some up on Hasbro Pulse after the show, like not too long after the show, like the next day or a couple of days later, and then they have kind of periodically appeared, on Pulse, every now and again, and you just have to be really quick when it comes up. So they've made that. I guarantee that there'll be it'll probably be easier to get hold of than we think. I think. And also, there is this fun image as well of him enjoying Soundwave, as it were, on the beach. That's kind of fun, isn't it? I like that. Shooting the galaxy again with the images, and there are going to be more coming, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to be difficult for non-attendees to get hold of this at the moment, definitely. But it won't be difficult I don't think it'll be difficult to get after the fact, because you know what they're like, and also they've ordered so many of these figures based on Mindbender, Serpentor, who else? Although, hang on, only one of them was the SDCC exclusive, wasn't it? I think. I can't remember which one was which now. One was a PulseCon, maybe? I can't remember. But those exclusives that they've shown up. Like there's lots of them, and I know like with Mindbender we were like, that was being shared out and we were all diving in there and trying to everyone was buying loads. So that was I don't know if it's going to be different, but I feel like we're gonna have more on the back end than we did last time, because obviously we haven't been able to all attend SDCC. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of bummed there's no Havoc missile included, says Sammy. Yes, same. But you never know. It could be in that Crimson Strike team set. It could be in that. Like I said before, not a clue if this comes with Chuckles or if it comes with the Crimson Strike team. My initial feeling is that this is like thrown in there from the Crimson Strike team as a hint, but it could very well be something that comes with Chuckles and they just haven't shown that yet. It wouldn't surprise me, because obviously that whole thing with Chuckles in the Armory, although maybe it was supposed to be the Crimson Twins, Baroness, and an Armory, and they got that mixed up. Who knows? But that could be the Armory that we've seen hinted at and listed, and not listed, but leaked is the word I'm looking for. We'll find out, won't we? We'll just have to be patient. But it's cool to see that there is some sort of Crimson Strike team footlocker there. And there's that image again. I love these images. They're great. Also, it shows the briefcase open with the files can go in there. And I think you can probably put quite a few of those items in the briefcase, which is actually, I'm excited the prospect of fitting all that stuff in that briefcase. Paul, yeah, that might be the footlocker to hold his accessories. But what I'm saying is that is a massive footlocker for what are small accessories. There's no way you'd need that size footlocker to fit those accessories in there, because they're all very small and all very, you pile them together and you're talking like a regular footlocker. It could very well be, but I'm thinking it's for the Crimson Strike team personally. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, cool. This was wow. Okay, so again, thankfully we were privy to this artwork as well, this image, and I couldn't work out what the middle figure was, because it was a very, what's the word, it was a poor quality image that we had. Turns out it's a range Viper, and that is phenomenal. So we knew the Trooper and the Officer were kind of coming in the 788 fire team. We just didn't know who the third was. And yeah, range Viper it was. And that is the three on the left are your 788 fire team, which is phenomenal, isn't it? That's a awesome little set of black and red redecoed figures there. Very nice. 3-pack Super Cyan. The figure on the right-hand side is a Techno Viper and comes with something else. And we'll find that out, I imagine, over the weekend. So the Techno Viper is obviously part of the theme, but he's not part of the 788 3-pack. The 788 fire team 3-pack is on the left, and the Techno Viper is the one on the right. So I've done this to make it clear. This is the 788 fire team, and there's another shot of them, and Lenny as well sneaking in there. All right, Lenny, how you doing, buddy? Chatting away. Do some work. I'm just kidding. He's clearly doing some work there at the moment. And this, of course, is the Techno Viper. Now, we can't say anymore, but we can say that he is not alone. He does come with something else, and that will be revealed later in over the weekend, I imagine. If it isn't, then we'll just have to wait a bit longer. But that is phenomenal. I love it. Also, I wouldn't worry if you're thinking that you're not going to get the regular Techno Viper. That's all I'll say. Don't worry about not getting the regular Techno Viper. Okay? Good. I can say it's not an ASP, Jim Smith. It's not an ASP. And it's not a record deck that he comes with, a mixing deck, Leon. It doesn't come with a mixing deck. That'd be cool, though. But yeah, Techno Viper, wow. And the 788 fire team. I'll put the whole image on there so we can talk about all of them. Obviously, redecos. You're not talking like, anything kind of crazy new. Well, apart from Techno Viper. But you're not talking about anything crazy new for the 788 fire team. But it's a nice little accompaniment to the HISSTANK, I think. So yeah, I'm really excited for the range Viper, the Trooper, and the Officer in that kind of red and black gear. And of course, the Techno Viper. How can you not be excited for the Techno Viper? Just so cool looking already. Rap battle with Rap Viper, absolutely. Yeah, Philly, you're kind of on the right lines, but I can't say. But yeah, like in the same way that these figures accompany the HISSTANK, whatever comes with the Techno Viper probably also accompanies the HISSTANK, doesn't it? You will definitely probably work it out at some point. But again, I'm not going to say anything. Let's just wait for the awesome reveal of what that is. Yeah, there's going to be a lot they're showing this weekend, guys. There's obviously a lot of... There are still pre-orders this month. I'll also say that there are still a bunch of pre-orders this month, not counting Chuckles. So, that's also something to kind of, digest a little bit. I think that's everything. Is that everything from the slideshow? Yes, that's everything that's been revealed so far that we know of. I just love that shot, man. That shot is wicked. Love the artwork. Yeah. Anyway, we will be getting loads more news in the next couple of days. Obviously, today is going to be kind of day one, technically day one, but day two. We'll call it day two. Obviously, day one is technically preview night. So we'll be calling tomorrow's recap of day two. So you can join me then in the morning. If anything really significant, if something really significant is revealed, Crimson Strike team is sitting there. Did you say, Robert Yanes? Where is it sitting there? God, that's what... Because, no, the Crimson Strike team is different. The Crimson Strike team is the Baroness and the Crimson Twins. That is the 788 fire team right there. Just to kind of separate those two 3-packs for you. Yeah, so that is effectively everything that we know of so far. By Chuckles, Robert Yanes. Yeah, so you think that's the... let's go back to that. So this is what we talked about earlier. Yeah, this thing by Chuckles. I assume, yeah, we already talked about this. I'm not sure if you're late to the party on this one or not, but we're not sure why they've put it with Chuckles if it's going to be separate. I'm tentatively saying that it's Crimson. It's going to be for the Crimson Strike team. You know, it's going to be for their box set. But I'm not sure. It could be something they're throwing in with Chuckles as that armory they discussed. They discussed that was leaked. I keep saying the wrong thing. But in any case, I was just kind of like hedging my bets. But I think personally that it's going to be the thing that comes with the Crimson Strike team, aka Baroness and the Twins, because that's what the Crimson Strike team is. Okay. Whew. Loads to get through, loads still to kind of speculate on and pull apart. Yeah. Exciting, isn't it? Big on the red lately. Yeah, they've been really enjoying either the HISSTANK deco now or the Crimson kind of strike, the Crimson Strike team, the Crimson sub team. They love it, don't they? Lots of reds and lots of black. In fact, it's funny. I think the Crimson Alley Viper goes like better with the HISSTANK deco than it does with the Crimson side of things. Maybe they're one and the same. Maybe it's all the same thing now. It's all merging into one. Anyway, that is everything for today's morning show, guys. Let's just quickly transition. So much to digest already, and it's only preview night. Like I said, I expect a lot of information to come out later today. Sorry, Ashley, if you're late. We just went through a recap of the preview night. Lots of cool stuff on display and on show from lots of different vendors, including obviously Hasbro and the Classified series. Just amazing. I hope they paid the artists plenty for the banner commissions. Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff still to come. Obviously, we're going to have more info, I guess, out of Super 7 with the amazing reaction airship from the second Sunbow intro. And of course, you know, possible trouble bubbles as well. Mezco revealed Duke and Timber. And 3-0 showed off Cobra Commander and Destro in physical. And yeah, I think that's everything that we discussed. Did they preview the airship? They didn't preview it. They just showed, it was just an image in a display case, Ashley. So you'll just have to go back and watch this again. You just have to enjoy this non-live, unfortunately. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you so much for joining me for the morning show. This is too regular, isn't it? This is like happening all the time now. But thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. Now, like I said, next morning show, obviously tomorrow morning, we'll do another recap of day 2. And if anything breaks that's significant today, I will see if I can try and do some sort of reaction to it. But, you know, otherwise, we'll keep everything to a morning show kind of reaction type thing. Yeah. And thanks to Mark Seddon, who sent me a theme tune for it, which I haven't implemented into the... I'll play that for you tomorrow. But yeah, we'll be back for that. I'm recording with Justin, actually, later today. So we're going to be doing a movie kind of thing. So that will be coming out maybe tomorrow or over the weekend. And then, of course, we'll have the weekly, which is going to be not much to talk about. And hopefully Pat will be back for that one. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it at the moment. Loads of stuff coming. Can't wait for the reveals again. And hopefully there's some cool stuff today. We'll probably get just like details of what we've seen yesterday. So like I said, we'll share that, but we won't like necessarily do a news burst about it. So thank you very much, guys. You know what to do. First of all, you've got to stay fresh, cheese bags. And after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. See you in a few minutes. I don't know, maybe. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force.
Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.